Right, it's another Thursday evening. What do you expect? I'm here on your screen. Time check, it's 9 p.m. And when it's 9 p.m., you know it's time for the men's lounge. So last week, we had Councillor Luthrot and Ebo. We were talking, we went back to that old topic about cheating married men and everything. One liner, one of the things we took from last week was the fact that the man's organ, they said, not me, it's not meant for one woman. Anyway, this week we are talking money. We are talking money. So is it men? Is it a thing about men wanting to be successful? Is it some pressure from society? Is it the fact that because we are breadwinners, we need to have money? Is it money that makes us be called men or whatever it is? We'll be finding out before we leave here tonight. And need I remind you, live inside, win the ride. So after several days and weeks, several people in the car. Now it's been scaled down to only 2 women and it ends tomorrow. Ada and Aram, who is going to drive that car home tomorrow. So if you haven't voted and you want a particular person you support to win, keep voting from now till about tomorrow afternoon, because after afternoon tomorrow, you're not going to have it. You cannot vote for your person again. Hey guys, I just want to say a big welcome to our Thursday evening in the lounge. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. If you want to join us on this show, you already know. So on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, it's at etvghana.com. So join us over there, send us your comments, everything. We're going to read it just as you send it. If you also want to join us by the WhatsApp number, it's 02022222054. By the time we leave here, I'll be opening the phone lines as well. But before then, I will announce the phone line. Today, we are going to talk money, like I said. And I have some rich guys in the studio. So I've got George. So George Asiamah here to talk to us about money. In fact, we'll be discussing money stuff. And so today, if you are broke, please join us. We might end up sharing some money. You may never know. And also, I'll be talking to Tony Kwarteng. They are both in my studio. And we'll see how it ends today. Guys, good to see you. George,
good day.
How's your week been?
Charlie, it's stressful, but you're doing
Tony.
your best.
Charlie, Tony is always in a jacket though. He makes us feel like yeah, shirt jacket and money. Guys, good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I want us to discuss money, men. The whole idea is to look at men and money. Is it an expectation from society? Is it the fact that being a man means you have to be rich, you have to have money? What is it? And that is what the discussion is going to be. So I'm glad you are here today. Talking to you, I know from a banker, from somebody who has, an entrepreneur. I expect that I would have a lot of information from you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
So we'll shoot straight to the point. Money. What does money mean to men? You and I. Bema, money. What does it mean to us?
So as the council say, Sikani Bema. If you have money, you don't have money, people don't look at you very well. Money is everything. It's even in the Bible. Really? That money is key, and that is why in the Bible they said a man will leave the father's house and go to his own house. Money is critical. Without money, you can't do anything. But it depends on how, when you get the money is used and how you use it effectively. And that is the bottom line. As we walk here, if you don't have money in your pocket, you can't fill your tank. If you don't have money, you can't buy food. And therefore, anybody who tells you that money is not important is a liar. But my issue that I always talk about is that when you have the money, how do you use it? And how do you become financially successful?
Well, George, it's good to know that. So, money is like Sika Emuja, Sikani Bema. Once you're a man, you are money.
That is not what I'm trying, but I think that without money, you can move on. You attest to it. Without money.
Money is everything.
Money is everything. Money.
But you know, in some circles, we think money is not everything. Or when it comes to certain particular discussions, I see people who always say that, look, when it comes to relationships, it's not a matter of money. Now it's changing anyway. And when just say money is not everything, especially when you're not well and you need someone to talk to, someone to send, and everything. Someone to mean sumeska. Anamibwa.
Ubetimi sumeska.
How?
The facts of the the facts of the matter is that relationships are good.
Yeah.
you are sick in the hospital. The person comes and pray for you. The person come and sing for you. The person is going. You may need money to buy a drug.
Right.
Maybe all that you're expecting is that you need about 1 CD. There's a story that people says around that there was a guy who fainted and the church people were just praying for him. Said, Master, and
that was money.
What is he going to use to buy the porridge? It's about money.
It's money.
Yeah. So money is critical. But as I always say, it depends on how you use the money effectively to succeed.
Tony, what does money mean to a man?
Okay, for me, I think that money gives you control. You know, every man wants to be in control. And what puts a man in control is money. You know, George mentioned what the Bible talks about money, like money answereth all things. So for a man wants to be in control, and the only way to be in control is to have money, is to not just have money, but have more money. Another thing money does to a man, it gives him comfort. You know, if you are in a position where you can afford, you know, whatever you want to, it gives you that comfort. You can pay that school fees. You can, not just any school, but you can take your children to quality schools, pay their fees, pay the bills. You know, it makes you comfortable. So at the end of the day, when you realize that, oh, like you just said, if you have 2 billion in your account, I mean, it puts no stress on you, because you know that whatever happens, you'll be able to take care of it. Money also gives you options. You understand? Once you have the money, you can decide that, okay, I want to eat this food. Okay, I don't like this food. But just imagine you are broke. You will have no choice but, you know, to take what is put before you. So money gives you options. And I also think that money gives you capacity to contribute meaningfully to society. And to me, that is very important. So it is not just about having money to take care of your immediate family, but having enough money so that society will benefit from that. So money means a lot and almost everything to a man.
So Tony, is that to say that, so without money, you can't say you're a man? You can't call yourself a man without money, you can't call yourself a man. Is that what it is?
Yes, I think so, because a man, you see, we have male, and then we have a man. So I think that, of course, you may have all the qualities, you know, as a male, but to be a man, you need money.
You need money.
You need money.
Interesting.
Money talks. And so,
very interesting.
Yeah.
So let me find out this. So these thoughts of money and man, is it some sort of pressure that society and family, you know, put on us?
I think that is the way we are made up of. I don't think it's society, because God put in the man, I believe, that to be in control. And so at every point in time, man wants to be in charge. And like I said, in this 21st century, the only way to be in charge is to have money and have more of it.
Wow.
Yes.
So in this century where we find ourselves, our current lives, if you don't have money and more of it, you can't be a man.
Definitely, because for you to succeed, you need money. You are leaving home. Your kids are going to school. You need to put money on the table. Your wife is in the house. You need to put money on the table. You need to fuel all the cars in the house. You need to pay school fees. What are you going to use to pay?
Yeah, but should it always be the man having to find the money, or having to be paying the bills and everything?
But you are the head of the family.
And so what, you have to have money at all cost?
Definitely. Definitely. Because every child thinks the father is rich.
Well, of course, that's not. We all thought our parents were rich.
Every child thinks, and therefore you need to have money. But in having money, you need to invest in what you have, because the money can be there today, the money will tomorrow.
Be there. Yeah.
And looking at us, the society that we come from, in those days when you were going to school, it is not only your nuclear family who take care of you. You go to a place in Mokola, your auntie B will give you like 20 cedis. Your uncle B will be like 50 cedis. All these people are expecting that because they've helped you to go to school. When they are growing, they are in their 60s and they are 70. You need to do something. What are you going to do with that thing? It's about money. There's a saying that Unisika will say, Angwa Muma join this. But if you have money, and you can put onions, and you can put fried egg, and put beef in it, it is Angwamu. So money is key. But my emphasis, how do you manage the money that you have? How do you manage the money that you have?
Guys, I mean, it's almost as though to be a man means having money and actually having enough of it. We're still trying to find out more. Tony?
Yeah, Nana, I remember when I was about to get married, my then accountant, called me and said, Tony, I want to give you my advice, as you go into marriage. And he said, know that your wife's money belongs to her, but your money belongs to the two of you. Yes.
Hold on. Your wife's money belongs to her.
Yes.
But your money
belongs to
the two of you.
Exactly. That means
so then why are you guys together and being, I mean, we say that, okay, you are one. I mean, then what's the point?
Yeah, of course, the lesson I took from that was that, okay, my wife, in times where maybe I don't have it, my wife can step in to execute my responsibilities.
Is it in the form of a loan?
Not in the form, of course, when you take money from your house, you have to pay.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the fact that, okay, so at this point, Charlie, wifey, today, inside no good, so let's try. And then your wife steps in. At that point, is it in the form of a loan?
No,
or
no. Just to assist, your help meet. So she's stepping in
I
for
just
you.
want to know.
Yes, so you don't draw a budget on your wife's income.
No.
Yes, that is what he was trying to tell me. And so the motivation I had was that, okay, if everything is on me, then I have to find ways, to be able to generate enough money so I could take care of my needs, her needs, and the entire family.
As well, I see. So then that begs me to ask that. So in that case, for me, it appears to me as though there's some pressure, coming to us as men, really, because you have to have it. It's not like you have to have it.
Yeah.
So then where's the pressure coming from? Is it ourselves being as seeing ourselves as men or being men, or is it some culture that pegs us above women, and so we have to be sure to make sure we have it to be able to support the house?
It is our responsibility. And as I said from the beginning, it started in the Bible. It's a responsibility that you're supposed to take care of your family. And in taking care of the family, one of the critical elements that you need to take care of your family is money. But in looking for the money must be looked in the right way. Work hard. Ensure that you save effectively, and the money will flow. If you have money and you spend the money, because look at the time, what investment are you doing for your children? The money that you have must work for you. And bear in mind that in every house or in every family, there are three main basic needs that people need in the house. We need economic needs, social needs, and intrinsic needs. The economic needs comes with money. The shelter, the cars for the children to go to school, paying of school fees. You need social needs. You need intrinsic needs. All these things come about. If you don't have money, cry, and you come home, then you're annoyed. Somebody mentions you, why are you shouting? But the fact is that as a man, the pressure will come.
Yeah.
But work effectively, save, ensure that there is money to cater for the children. As Tony said, for the women, when they take money from you, when you take money from them, they'll take their money back. For the women, when you go into, I'ma give me 10 cedis. In the night, you'll be hit, cool. Where is the 10 cedis you took from me? Whether you have it or not, the money will be taken from you. But as a man, you need to have a buffer. In having the buffer, the critical element in buffer is to invest, know where to put your monies, invest, so that at the time your children are old, the money will work for them. And that is what our parents didn't help us a lot. And it's our responsibility that even though money is key, let your money work for you. And do legal work hard, and survive.
Tony, where's the pressure coming from?
I think that is coming from our responsibilities. That's just it. You know, because just imagine my wife, okay, let me be personal. She normally, if she needs something, maybe there's something that is lacking in the house, you just call me.
Oba
Okay,
Towe.
Tony, oh, ba, Towi, Nafabra. So I will just sit down and just ask myself, so what if I didn't have the money on me at that time? You understand? So I kind of like, why wouldn't she first even, is it when she calls, maybe a Tony Scow or wait me to Yaba. Wait, but it's not like that. Oh, ba, Towi, Fabra. You understand? So I think that it is their responsibility that is actually putting the pressure on us, because you need to meet them. For you to be relevant to yourself and to your home and family
As well.
you have to, meet that.
So then it isn't anything necessarily that brings the pressure to us, the men. It is just the mere fact of knowing what our responsibilities that puts the pressure on us to deliver.
Yeah.
More. Anyway, if you're just joining us, we're still on the Men's Lounge and it's ETV Ghana. We are talking money today. Money and men. Men want to be successful, definitely. But what exactly brings it? Is it pressure? Is it, like we're saying, we've come up to say it's the responsibility that bears on us as men. But again, what I would like to find out, so when it comes to money, what will be your biggest concern? Because money obviously has a value. Said that one far just as you spoke about investment, that far I mean, it won't grow. You probably want to. What is your biggest concern about money?
One thing I've realized about money is that if you have money and you don't use it effectively, the money will just vanish. And as a Christian, one of the things that I believe in is paying of tithes and offering. And I have tested, I've tested, and I've realized that it's worked for me. When you pay your tithe effectively as a Christian, and you worship God effectively, and I can tell you for a fact that the days that you think that there's no money, that is when you get money.
Magic.
It comes like that. The day that you think that, Charlie, things are not working well, that is when the money comes. Money must be used for the purpose that you had it. But what I've realized is that most young men now just get the money and use it, and they want to go to certain places to get the money again. That is the main concern that people are facing.
Oh, before you go on, have you heard about the issue of how much money, I mean, what we call Sakawa fraud, has made some people, and I mean, to the country though, it's been a loss to the country, but how much money, people have made off Ghana, or let me put it that way, in the past 3 years? So in 2016 or so, I mean, they made Sakawa boys made about 30 million, and then it grew up to 60 million by 2017, and even 2018 over 100 million. And that's just to buttress the point of you saying that, so they misuse the money, and then they have to go every means to just get money. I see. Tony, your biggest concern when it comes to money?
Okay, I have two concerns. One is the mindset, and the fact that a lot of us are so deficient when it comes to the issue of money. We do not know how to earn it. We don't know how to manage it. We don't even know how to spend, how to save, how to invest, and even what to invest in. So to me, the issue of financial literacy is so much important to every one of us, because I believe that no matter how desirous you want to be successful financially, if you are financially illiterate, you will never succeed or achieve that. And so financial literacy is so much important. And interestingly, this is what we are not taught in school. I did banking and finance, my first degree, but I was never taught how to make money. You understand? But you come out of school, and in real life, you have to know how to make money. So it is so important that we learn. We learn how to be successful financially. Because everything you know now, you learn it. And everything you will ever know, you will have to learn it. It's the same way. So we have to learn financial literacy. And then secondly is how to manage. That is talking about budgets. Do we have monthly budgets at home? You don't even know how much, you cannot document how much you earn at the end of the month. You can't document how much you spend at the end of the month. You can't even, what are you investing in? Where is your money moving to? Are you able to track? So all these things are so much important. So I believe that financial literacy and learning how to budget, even the little that you have. It is said that it is not how much you make, but how well you manage what you make. That is very important. That is very important to me.
And so your concerns basically are financial literacy.
Literacy.
It's I mean, it's just the underlying fact.
Yes, please.
How much you make and all these things, you need to know how to manage it.
Yeah.
George, it sits well with you?
It's all about management. You can have the world, but if you don't take care of the money very well, at the end of the day, the money will go. And that is the problem facing a lot of people in this economy that we are in. People get a lot of money, but what do I use the money for?
Yeah.
Where do I save the money? How do I spend it? There are people that you see form their companies, become chief executives, enjoying lives, but because of mismanagement, the money doesn't become paupers. It is time for us to know where to put the money, how to use the money, and how to invest it. One thing I've realized is impulse buying in this country. For both young men, women, and the rest. You have your budget of 200 Ghana cedis that I'm going to Agbuloshi to buy. There was no contumely in your list. But because you saw somebody buying the contumely, you are tempted to also buy it. That is what is killing us. And therefore, as men, Friday, how many bottles? Nobody is saying you shouldn't drink. But if you drink on Friday, think about Saturday.
So we should drink some and drink some on Saturday. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm trying to say that think about Saturday and think about Monday.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I'm thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have money, it is one of the most difficult things as a man.
Yeah.
And as Tony said, the concern is that when you are coming home and you get to Kanishi and the call is made, buy this, the woman does not mind whether you have money or not.
Yeah.
It is our responsibility. So the concern is, how do I save? How do I make up the money? Where do I put the money? And how can I make money going forward? And that is critical. Because if you're a man, you don't have money, no be easy, my brother.
So if you're a man and you don't have money, it is not easy. You need to know how to make it, how to save it, how to invest it, and then be reminded that it is your responsibility, and for that matter, nobody puts the pressure on you. It is your responsibility that puts the pressure on you. On this note, we will take this break. We'll be back shortly. Men's Lounge, as we always say, we look at how we can grow the younger folks to become responsible men. That was a tip for you, and that tip tells you about what kind of stock you should invest into. Invest in the right ones. Don't invest into laggards. That's all I can say for now. So, back to the studio, guys. George and Tony. Again, when it comes to men, do we feel a sense of failure when we are pushing, or when financially we are not sound? I mean, when we are not doing well financially, do we feel a sense of failure? Being that obviously our responsibilities puts that pressure on us, and it's expected that we need to have money at all time, and in fact in abundance. So when we don't have it, do we feel a sense of failure?
Yes. You feel that you've neglected your family, you've let your family down, because everybody is looking at you. When you don't have money, things are difficult. When you don't have money, your hopes and aspirations are thrown out of gear. You think about yourself. Why am I not making it? Your children will be looking at you. Your wife is looking at you. Your extended family is looking at you. And therefore, I always say that at least make an effort to get something so that you can make it. Because your morale, everything of yours, and now you can testify.
Well, of course.
Just
Yeah.
imagine you're about to spark your car and your petrol gauge is almost red. The girls or kids are standing at the gate. Fortunately, I have 3 girls. I have 3 daughters.
Oh, nice. Your home will be very,
Yes.
very much fun, eh?
Everybody wants something. And as I indicated earlier, because in our culture and how you were trained, the extended family to be looking at you,
Yeah.
and you don't have the means. You go to church, everybody knows that you are a banker. So somebody comes and brings the need to you. You are not able to meet the need. And I always say that if you don't have money, sometimes it's pathetic. So we need to make efforts. You cannot have all, but at least get something to cover and cushion yourself. And all is if you do a dent of hard work and ensure that, as Tony said, you know your financial literacy, you know the plans, you know that you are paid. I was telling somebody that, bear in mind, I'm paid once a month. And because I'm paid once a month, I do my budget in such a way that there's some. I used to have a pastor who used to tell us that, guys, if you are paid 10 cedis, it's only 1 cedi that is for God. The 9 cedis is for you. The 9 cedis, invest 2 cedis. The 7 cedis, ensure that you spend it within what? The month, so that within the other month, another one comes. Therefore, if you don't have money, there's a sense of failure, your hopes and you become very weak because everybody is looking at you.
Yeah.
And daddy says, I am broke. Daddy can be broke, but money, small money must be there so that you can go and knock the door when you are broke and bring something home for everybody to be happy.
Tony, do men feel a sense of failure when financially they are not well?
Yes, I think so, and I think so because man, by his nature, is created to be in control. And so, in a situation where he finds himself that he is not in control, it is total failure to him. Not, I just want to narrow in on the man as a person, not even those around him. His ego, his self-esteem, his morale, his motivation, even to pursue his goals, is affected because he is out of control. And that is why we see people and men go all out to ensure that they are in control. Now, you mentioned this Sakawa thing. It doesn't just happen. It is because of the makeup of men that they have to be in charge. And so people go the wrong way to still achieve that. And normally, I tell people that when you see these Sakawa people are able to know that, okay, there is a better life. There is a better life.
Some of them invest, I heard.
Yes, there is a better life. And I must do whatever it takes to enjoy that life. Now, I heard a story about people, some young guys living in Swami area in Kumasi. And these guys, even though it's Sakawa, but this Sakawa is not really Sakawa, it's blood money. People going the extent of, sacrificing and a lot of things to make money. And you realize that these people are motivated by the fact that there is a better life they must also enjoy. So I think that if you don't have money, if you're broke, it puts you out of control and because of our makeup, we feel, and we
feel
sense
we
that
have failed.
we failed.
So then that sense of failure is there for men,
Yeah,
really. I mean,
definitely.
you feel, so that it makes you feel less of a man, I guess.
Yeah.
So I have a friend who always say that when in big was then can big was.
So you spend the money.
If he wants to do something and get it right,
Yeah.
and he needs to spend to ensure that he's gotten the
He
thing.
will spend.
He will spend
make it.
and get it. And
I
when he
get
finishes,
it.
can say, "Charlie, kweku, menim big was there and can see
Still.
kind of thing in him was."
But I think it's right. I mean, it's right to say that. But so that is when we don't have. But when we have it, I've seen messages upon messages saying that when men are rich, they become arrogant. How true is this? I mean, does money make men arrogant? Generally, does it?
It's a perception. Not all men.
Hmm.
Not all men. Sometimes the way you are brought up is also a factor.
Okay.
And therefore, when people have money, they are arrogant. When people have money, they are cool. But I always say that it depends on how you are brought up. It depends on how you are trained at home. Some people may be trained at home very good, but because of society and social stratification and influenced by friends, they change. But what I always want to say is that money is like a wind. It can just go, and therefore, if you have money, lower expectations. Let your money talk for you and don't talk too much.
So when you have the money, let the money talk for you.
Talks.
You don't have to talk too
You don't
much.
have to talk too
So then I think George is saying that what men don't really, or it's just a perception, and also
It's
culture also defines
It's
whether
just a
somebody
perception.
becomes
Some
arrogant.
people are naturally loud, and when they have the money, they want people to
They become even louder.
louder. But some people, whether they have 100 million or 200 million, the way they talk, the way they walk, that is the same. So that concept is a perception,
Yeah.
and differ from individuals from individuals. But money is good.
Tony, money is good.
Yeah.
Does it make men arrogant?
Yes. It depends. Like George said, I agree with him, and I also want to add that money amplifies you. Money amplifies you. Money, if you're a fool, money will make you more fool. You understand? So that is it. If you are humble, money will just amplify you. So money gives you a platform to really display who you really are. So that is one side, and another side has to do with esteem, self-esteem. You know, some people, because of what they go through in life, when they become successful financially, they want to prove to society. They want to prove. It's like I'm going to pay life back. you understand? Yeah, I want to now punish life. I want to prove to life that I
live
can
life.
also, yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is as a result of poor self-concept and low self-esteem. You don't have to prove to anybody that you are successful.
Let your money talk for you.
You understand? You don't have to prove to anybody. So money gives you capacity, like I said. It gives you capacity. Money amplifies you. So, so you have people. I mean, there are people who are arrogant, but they don't show it until they have money.
Yeah. So what? Because they are poor.
So
their arrogance is suppressed.
Yeah, but
And
we
the money
have poor
comes.
people who are also arrogant. So, like you said, it has to do with the way we are brought up.
So in that regard, you know, money, when it's not there, men usually would become they feel like they are failures, really. And also when it comes to the fact that they have it, it's a perception. That's obviously how they are brought up and everything, whether or either makes them arrogant or not. So I want us to bring it to relationships. How important is money even important when it comes to relationships in any way?
That is $1 million question. Relationships nowadays have become very complex. Either two. I'm a middle class person. I'm in my mid-40s, so it's not all about money when it comes to relationship. But from what I hear, what I see now, if you be guy will no get money, forget it. But when it comes to relationship, it goes beyond money. It goes beyond money. But money is a factor. Because now, before the wedding, the pre-wedding serve money.
What is this about this pre-wedding?
The pre-wedding and the thing. So it is important that you plan effectively before you go into that relationship. I don't see why I should go and borrow and go and marry and come and suffer. Go and borrow my small investment, go and disinvest it, go and use it and come and marry. Money is good. But when it comes to relationship, I think it should be 50-50. When you go with money and you are stuck, every time money to the woman, and it comes down a little, it becomes a problem for you. Declare your assets. Let the person knows how you are.
Be real.
Yeah. Let the money flow, but manage the money. I always tell people that don't let money lead you into your relationship. I remember in my former environment where I used to work, there was a guy who was dating a lady and was buying 20 cedis credit to the lady on a weekly basis. They dated for 6 months. The guy divided it. When they got married, the lady was still expecting. The guy said, "Oh, they say they see our I can't buy." One of the things that is killing us is that I always tell people that don't start what you can finish.
Yeah.
And if you put at the back of your mind that even though money is important, it's good in relationships, but I won't start what I can't finish. You succeed, your family and your relationship will be excellent.
Donnie, money in relationships, how important is it?
I think it's so important in every relationship, or when people are dating. It's so important. I agree with George. It's very important that you start right. Because whatever you start with, you have to work on it. You have to keep doing it and even improve, on doing it. So it's so important that when it comes to relationship, people do the right thing. For instance, I will not expect, now I'm married, but if I'm dating, I will not expect my girlfriend to be demanding money for maybe makeups or those stuff. Because to me, it gives you, the lady, if you are able to cater for those things, it gives me more respect for you, because I know that you are kind of independent, and relationships should be treated relationship. If you are married, then you have a responsibility towards your spouse or your wife, to be specific. But if you are not married, you have to know when to come in to support your girlfriend and when not to come in, because if you go to the extent where you are even taking care of the girl's parents or the lady's parents, it's out of coverage area. You are putting yourself in trouble. You understand? And sometimes, it doesn't even lead to marriage, and people get broken heart, out of all these, because you realize that you've really invested.
You've done so much.
So much. And at the end of the day, you don't get anything, out of it.
I can imagine the number of folks out there who have gone through this.
I have a young man in my office who was dating a young lady, and he came to her boss. Within 6 weeks, the lady has said I should take her to this shop and buy this for her, for our guys. Boss, me I no go fit to. Because the money that you need, it's not just for the relationship.
Yeah.
It's a long life. Let's say you are 20, 80 and getting married, and you'll be in this world for 70 years. Think about that.
For 42 good years.
42 good years. Kids will come in, family, extended family.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you don't build a buffer to secure the family, you'll be in trouble.
So guys, build a buffer to secure the family. We're going to go on the next break. But before we come back, I just need you to know that you can join us on all our social media pages, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and it's at ETV Ghana. Remember, at ETV Ghana. Also, the WhatsApp messages, you can let them come through, and it's on 020-2222-054. Please stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Come back if you're just joining us. It's still the Men's Lounge on ETV Ghana. We've been talking about money, men and money. Is it just pressure that makes men look for money, or it is just our responsibility that puts the pressure on us to be financially successful? So I'm taking these messages, of course, like I mentioned earlier. Our WhatsApp line is 020-2222-054, and this is coming from someone watching from Techiman. Please send us your name next time so that I can mention your name. But for now, I'll call you Mr. So Mr. says, when you have money, you don't grow old early. Wow, you're watching us from Techiman. Thank you very much for telling us that when you have money, you don't grow old. So today is my first time watching this program, and it was good. Executive, but I want to say money is good, but it makes you to become evil. Hey, okay, I'm trying to read, please. So, but I want to say that money is good, but it makes you to become an evil thing. So we must be very careful about money. Bye. Well, thank you for sending us your message. Please add your name next time. Okay, so the first person's name is Roxanne. Roxanne, thank you for being part of the show today. We are grateful for your message. Please join us also on the phone lines. They are open now. It's 0555 657278. 0555 657278. Let the calls come in through, and then we'll speak with you, be part of the program. Guys, we are back. So we're talking about how important money is when it comes to relationship. Then it makes me want to ask, so the men and the women, who handles money better? Tony, look, you and your wife, who handles the money better?
Okay, for me, due to my wife's orientation, I think that she handles money better than I do.
Hey.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think your wife handles money
Yeah,
better than you?
Yeah, so what I do is, and I let her know. And when I give my wife money, I know that she'll use that money and I will even benefit from that. You understand? So I don't know I don't know whether it cuts across, but for me, my wife manages money better than
so
I do.
you think a woman handles the money?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm
sure. All right, so Tony, let me hold on with you for now.
Okay.
We have a caller on the line. Adam, good evening.
Yes, please, good evening.
Yeah, hi, Adam. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Please, it's a nice program that you people have come up with. It's a very good program.
Thank you, Adam.
Money is something, is the root of all evil. So if you follow money, it can lead you into distractions and maybe lead you to some stuff that you won't even like it.
Yeah.
So I think with the youth, we should take time and have patience for God to bless us.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Adam. So Adam thinks that, or Adam says, money is the root of all evil, which we all know, we all hear it, and he's advising the youth. So the youth, in your quest in trying to be successful, looking for money, please be careful. Adam thinks, in fact, we all think that it is right that you are very careful whilst you look for the money.
Yeah, I think that George indicated that in his submission, that we just don't look at making the money, but we also find the right ways, to make the money. So I think that is something that is so important. How you make the money is as important as the money itself.
So how important is it? You make the money is also the same as how you spend it, I guess. We have another call on the line. Caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and where you are calling from?
I am Yakumos. I'm calling from Labadi.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I actually like your program and I like what you're talking about today. Money. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You're talking about money, men and money. My little thought is that you see, when you don't have money, you can be stressed. Understand? My good book also tells me that money answers all things. If you don't have money, you can be led to several things that you will find yourself doing that you will not like. So the thing is that you ought to have money, understand, and put it to good use. Money has to bring you a value chain, you understand. So I think the good thing is that people just have to understand what the presence of money does in a man's life.
All right, thank
Thank
you
you
very
very much.
much. Thank you very much for giving us this information. So the good book tells you, and obviously all of us, that money is very important. Money is needed in, I mean, almost every sector, every part of our lives, I guess.
Yeah.
George,
Yeah.
a man and a woman, in fact, you and your wife, who handles money better?
It depends on the situation.
Hey. Okay, so then how is that?
So there are certain aspects that she can handle very effectively. You know, you put up your plan, say that this is what you want to do. I want you to take this part. I want you to do the part. But I can say that when it comes to money, it's the woman who handles money better. So,
Hold on, please. I have James on the line. That's going to be our last caller. James, good evening and welcome to our show.
Good evening.
Let's hear
Thank you very much. In fact, the program is very nice. And I want to congratulate all of you for the program. And then I pray that you'll be bringing more. Because, in fact, it was like you are giving me medicine. Because all what they are saying, I'm first victim of what they are saying. It's my wife who guides me. Like the other person said, my wife knows how to keep money than me. So sometimes she's the one who guides me. And anytime she always sometimes complains, do it like this, do it like this. And anytime I don't have money, I get sick. So whatever they are saying is very true.
All right,
God bless you
James.
for your- have a
James,
good one.
thank you so much for joining us. And so Tony is saying that his wife,
Yeah.
George, also thinks that, well, it's relative. It depends on what the situation is, isn't it?
but women are very good when it comes to
So
keeping.
you agree?
Yeah. When it comes to keeping money, I give it to the woman.
Well-
Just that sometimes when you are going back for some of the money, the questions that are asked
Before they give you
your
whole money.
whole money.
So you give the money to the women, now you want it, and they keep you asking you questions. Anyway, when they have to manage it for you.
Sure.
So obviously
Yeah.
they need to ask you why you need the money.
Yeah.
Sure.
A quick one. I mean, we need to wrap up. So, what financial mistake would you not advise a man to make? Or, I mean, what are some of the mistakes that you think a man should not make financially? I'll take it from you, Tony.
Okay, when it comes to money, I think that we shouldn't make the mistake of not budgeting. Very, very important. The mistake of not budgeting. Because a lot of us, we spend, money comes our way, and we feel that, okay, after spending the money, that's when we realize, hey, Naska you cry fine. You understand? So it's always important to budget before even the money comes in. You have financial goals, financial plan for
Great,
yourself.
great,
Yeah.
Tony. So you budget before even the money comes
Yeah.
in. George,
Impulse buying must stop.
impulse buying must stop.
And don't put your eggs in one basket.
All right.
Spread your tentacles.
So, folks, we are grateful you joined us this evening. This is all time can permit us to do. Tony thinks you have to budget and budget well before even the money comes in. And George also says that stop impulse buying and don't invest all your stuff or don't put all your money into one basket. On this note, guys, I'm grateful you were with me in the men's lounge. Stay tuned for next week, Thursday. We'll be back with a lot more. Cheers.